What's going on, everybody? It's 404 here, going to give you a shoutcast, commentary, whatever. Again, we have EmpireKas spawn as Blue Terran, mouzMaNa as the Red Protoss here on Xel'Naga Caverns, and I lied. I said it was going to be mouzMaNa versus somebody else, but it is indeed the same person. These do appear to be ladder matches, according to color. Really no way to note that, but we're going to just assume that. So last time we saw mouzMaNa play EmpireKas on Blistering Sands, not Blistering Sands, Jungle Basin. So there will be a spoiler alert, as I'm going to talk about that game just a little bit. So if you haven't watched it, go ahead and pause this one and watch that one. We saw just about every unit coming out for the Protoss player here. The Terran player was pretty much stuck on Marine Marauder, Medevac, and even had some Ghosts there in the end, which was very nice. Tried to get off some EMPs, but I think the Ghost did get stormed and melted away. But yeah, mouzMaNa played tremendously well. Like we said, we saw about every unit. Colossus had the upgrades. Templars, both upgrades for the Templars. Working on all the Forge upgrades too. And yeah, it was a very nice game. Somewhat lengthy though, but I really enjoyed that game. I hope this game is similar to that one. Casting good games is so much better than casting like cheesy, BS games where the players kind of really don't care, because I mean, it is just a ladder. In a recent Artosis video, he had John the Translator there, and they were talking about how you can get to Korea and play in the GSL. And John, and they were showing the new Korea Foreigner house, where John said all you have to do is send an email to GOM telling them why you should be considered. And he said that they would base it largely off BattleNet, your score on BattleNet, which is really not a good metric, but John did say that was the only metric they had to go by. But I think even if that is the way it is done the first time, it'll definitely be, I think, more tournament based the second time. Will this probe get out of here? Yes, it will. So yeah, again, I think the points on BattleNet are so-so. It doesn't really show how a person's going to play in a tournament. You can do the same build on the ladder all day long and win a lot of games. So that's just my 2 cents on that. A really quick double gas going down here for EmpireKas. If we are able to get a scout off from the Protoss player can just go like 4-gate and demolish this. So very, very ballsy move to get that double gas this early. So maybe we're going to see some Banshees. We do see a second Rex being thrown down and a factory at the same time. So yeah, I'm going to keep a close eye on this. Very interested to see what comes out of this. Harvester wise, looks like mouzMaNa has been chrono boosting out his harvesters here. Has quite a bit more, about 4 to 5 more. And not worrying about this chrono boost on the Cybernetics core here. Going to be throwing down a robotics base, so this is going to be interesting as well. Nice to see players stray from, just adding more gateways, adding more racks over here, staying on 1 gas, etc., etc. Only 2 harvesters on each gas. I wonder if he knows that. Maybe he got that second gas and realized that's not what he wanted to do, but wanted to use it anyways. Second gas coming in for Mana here. That probe there should have been Mana, but whatever. Second gateway coming down. Warp gates gonna be finishing up here in just a minute. Pulling back up the production tab, stim pack, marauders, more SCVs, and even a reactor. Gonna be switching that reactor out. No, building the reactor straight on the factory here. So do we see a starport anywhere? No, we don't. So my guess is double Hellions here, unless there's gonna be a swap, which would be kind of silly maybe. There's the starport. Okay, we do see a swap. So again, getting that factory just to build an add-on. Gonna immediately float that over and do some scouting with it. There's a stalker here, gonna be able to kill that SCV very fastly there. One more swipe from the zealot blades there, just demolish his zealots. Warp gate's finished. 2-gate now even has this robotics bay out. Got the first immortal, gonna be getting the second immortal. So mouzMaNa must know something I don't, and that is that EmpireKas does like to go Marauder heavy, because why else would you get immortals? I guess they're okay against Marines as well. Drone saturation looks to be about complete for EmpireKas. Should see him stop training this any minute now, unless he is going for second base. Mana looks like he has. Nope, still getting them some here too. So maybe going to be gearing up to take an expansion here in just a minute. So no one base play as of yet. Looks like both players are going to be trying to get that second base up and running here pretty soon. Maybe around the 9 to 10 minute mark, as that's always a good option. First Marauder, or first dropship is out for EmpireKas here, and it's going to be moving out. So stim pack is done. Looks like combat shields will be done too as soon as he gets over here. So it will be a really nice timing attack. Army size, both players about even. So I'm not sure. You know, this attack pretty much has worked for EmpireKas. It's not an all-in by any means, but he really does need to get some damage done. And I do believe they will trade armies. Was that robotics base saw seen in that scan? It was, but does not know what's coming out of it there. There will be 3 immortals by the time this army does get here from EmpireKas. Plenty of sentries to force field this ramp if need be. Stim does come down for EmpireKas. Nice force fields there. These units in the back pretty much unable to shoot, but it looks like the immortals on the high ground are able to clean this battle up really fast. These immortals are just beastly. Not even really taking any damage through the shields there, and EmpireKas doesn't get the damage he needs done there. We will see a counterattack by mouzMaNa here. Not looking too grim, as EmpireKas does decide to expand here. We should see a probe come down here and expand for Mana here, since he is moving out. Always a good time to expand here. Observer knows exactly what's going on here. He sees this bunker. Protoss player mouzMaNa is going to push straight forward, I presume. Even SCV's pulled off the line here, by quite a few actually. Knows that EmpireKas knows that he does need those SCVs to stay in this game. Bunker is not going to finish, it doesn't look like. Actually, it's really close, but it doesn't have much health here. Looks like it does finish. Marines do jump in there, but these immortals will just blow that bunker up, and I don't think there's much EmpireKas can do about this. Premature timing there on the command center, and these immortals will just march right up the ramp, I presume, and just blow these Marines up. Yeah, one immortal does fall. Second immortal might fall, but very nicely played by... Alright, so I did have a little problem with the recording there. I ran out of hard drive space, but I have that cleared up, and I'm going to resume the game where we left off. We did see Kas in a bad position here with the immortals and the rest of the Protoss army barging up this ramp. Looks like these units are going to be targeting those add-ons there, very expensive. SCVs pulled off the line. Really bad for EmpireKas here. I do think mouzMaNa has this game in the bag. Just mopping up these last few units and waiting on the GG, it appears. Units been warped in over here behind the brush. Still just demolishing a lot of these units here. Only a few stalkers left though. There's gonna be a lot of Marines. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, I do think that he should say GG. So this wasn't a ladder game. This must have been some kind of series here, and it does look like Mana took this 2-0 off EmpireKas. Must have been a best of 3 or something like that. Ton of observers in there. But again, guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more StarCraft 2 videos.